Good morning. How are you today? Yeah, I'm fine too. Thank you. So, for today meeting, who is absent? Oh, no one. Let's start our class. Okay. First, have you ever heard about these stories? Yeah, these stories is about Malin Kundang, Cinderella, the Gingerbread Man, and the Little Three Pigs. Tapi, apakah kamu tahu jenis teks apa yang dimaksud dalam cerita tersebut? Ya, betul. There is a narrative text. Jadi kita akan belajar apa itu narrative text hari ini. What is narrative text? Narrative text is a text that tells us about an imaginative or fiction story. And as an imaginary story, narrative text is not necessarily true because it is only based on the imagination of a person or the group of people whose truth is not proven. Jadi, naratif teks sendiri itu adalah cerita imajinatif atau imajinasi yang dikayal oleh seseorang, dan sebagai cerita imajinatif, naratif teks sendiri tidak bisa dibuktikan kenyataan dari cerita tersebut karena tidak selalu benar kenyataannya. And the second is the social function of narrative text. The social function of narrative text is to amuse or to entertain the reader and also to teach people moral lesson with a story. Jadi di sini social function dari sebuah narrative text itu adalah untuk menghibur pembacanya sendiri dan mengajarkan beberapa sedikit moral lesson dari story tersebut. Dan the language feature of narrative text is like adverb of time, conjunction, simple past tense, dan past continuous tense. Jadi kebanyakan dari narrative text menggunakan simple past tense, dan ada juga yang menggunakan campuran dari past continuous tense dan menggunakan adverb of time atau juga menggunakan conjunction. Next feature of narrative text there are first is using part of action verb like climb, turn, prove, and etc. And for second is using specific noun as pronoun of person or animal in the story. Example is king, the queen. And third is using adjective which are for noun phrase like long black hair, two red apples, two book. And next is using time connectivities and conjunction to arrange the event, like example then, before, after, and soon. And for next is using adverbs or adverbial phrase to show the location of event, like here in the mountain, ever after. And next is using dialect to elicit emotional response from the reader. And seven is using past tense. And the last is using a variety of simple, compound, and complex sentences. Jadi di sini banyak sekali language feature yang digunakan dalam narrative text, seperti penggunaan action verb, specific noun as a pronoun of person or animal, menggunakan kata adjektif yang untuk sebagai noun phrase, penggunaan time connectivity dan conjunction untuk mengarang sebuah event atau menyusun sebuah event, adverb or adverbial phrase to show the location untuk menunjukkan tempat dari lokasi tersebut, yang dimana seperti gunung, laut. Dan juga narrative text juga di sini kebanyakan menggunakan atau sering kita jumpai menggunakan simple past tense. Okay. Next, I will explain to you about types of narrative text. First is fable, a story that tells us about an animal, like kancil dan buaya, kelinci melawan kura-kura. And next is myth. This story or myth has developed a lot in society and is generally considered to be a factual story or actually happened, like Aji Saka dan Dewata Cengkar. And next is legend, a folk tale that tells about how the origin of a place exists. Like we know some of them, like awal mula terjadinya Surabaya dan terjadinya Danau Toba, Tangkuban Perahu. And folk tale is a story that is told from generation to generation, so that it become a part of the community tradition. Folktale di sini sendiri adalah cerita rakyat. Jadi banyakkan cerita rakyat itu akan terus turun menurun sebagai tradisi di masyarakat tersebut. Contohnya Malin Kundang, Telur Emas, dan di Malin Kundang sendiri nantinya akan ada moral lessonnya sendiri. Lalu fairy tales, a story that are fantastic, full of magic, in which there are element of magic, impossibility of the character in the story, and at the end contain moral message, like Thumbelina, Snow White, Cinderella, and Seven Dwarf. Nah, itu adalah contoh dari tipe-tipe naratif teks. Sebenarnya ada banyak lagi, cuma yang sering kita temui adalah kelima hal ini. Next feature of narrative text, there are first is using part of action verb like climb, turn, prove, and etc. And for second is using specific noun as pronoun of person or animal in the story. Example is king, the queen. And third is using adjective which are for noun phrase like long black hair, 2 red apples, 2 book. And next is using time connectivities and conjunction to arrange the event, like example then, before, after, and soon. And for next is using adverbs or adverbial phrase to show the location of event, like here in the mountain, ever after. And next is using dialect to elicit emotional response from the reader. And 7 is using past tense. And the last is using a variety of simple, compound, and complex sentences. Jadi di sini banyak sekali language feature yang digunakan dalam narrative text, seperti penggunaan action verb, specific noun as a pronoun of person or animal, menggunakan kata adjektif yang untuk sebagai noun phrase, penggunaan time connectivity dan conjunction untuk mengarang sebuah event atau menyusun sebuah event, adverb or adverbial phrase to show the location untuk menunjukkan tempat dari lokasi tersebut, yang dimana seperti gunung, laut. Dan juga narrative text juga di sini kebanyakan menggunakan atau sering kita jumpai menggunakan simple past tense. Oke. Next. Untuk sekarang kita akan membaca sebuah cerita dari suatu legenda di Indonesia, dan kita akan membedah cerita tersebut menjadi beberapa bagian dari generic structure of narrative text. I will read the story to you. The Legend of Rawapening. Once upon a time, there was a little poor boy coming to a little village. He was very angry and weak. He knocked at every door and asked for some food, but nobody cared about him. Nobody wanted to help him, the little boy. Finally, a generous woman helped him. She gave him shelter and a meal. When the boy wanted to leave, this old man gave him a lesson, a big wooden mortar for pounding rice. She reminded him, "Please remember, if there is a flood, you must save yourself. Use this lesson as a boat." The boy was happy and thanked the old woman. He confused his journey. While passing through the village, he saw many people gathering on the field. The boy came closer and saw a stick stuck in the ground. People challenged each other to pull out that stick. Everybody tried, but nobody succeeded. "Can I try?" asked the little boy. The crowd laughed mockingly. The boy wanted to try his luck, so he stepped forward and pulled out the stick. He could do it very easily. Everybody was dumbfounded. Suddenly, from the hole left by Stick, water spouted out. It did not stop until it flooded in the village, and no one was saved from the water except the little boy and the generous women who gave him shelter and a meal, as he told him he used the lesson as a boat and pick up the old women. The whole village became a huge lake. It's known about a Rawapening Lake in Salatiga, Central Java, in Indonesia. So, untuk cerita legenda Rawapening ini sudah selesai saya bacakan. Jadi akan kita bedah dari orientation, complication, dan resolutionnya. Pertama, orientationnya. Orientationnya itu yang bagian merah, teks merah yang saya buat. Yang once upon a time. Di bagian complication yang tells the problem of the story and how the character solve them, itu ada di cerita ini bagian yang biru, dan resolution ada di bagian yang warna hitam, yang dimana the problem in the story solve for better or worse. Nah, untuk berikutnya saya akan memberikan kalian suatu pekerjaan rumah dari cerita naratif teks yang diambil dari cerita Singa dan Tikus atau Lion and Mouse. Jadi saya mau kalian mengerjakan homework dari saya, and I want you to submit it through the WhatsApp or Google Classroom, and you can email me if you want. And thank you for today meeting all. We have learned about all of narrative text. Nah, jika ada pertanyaan yang ingin ditanyakan, kalian boleh menanyakannya. Ya, saya rasa cukup, tidak ada yang menanya. So, thank you for today. Jika kalian memiliki pertanyaan yang lebih nantinya ketika mengerjakan tugas, kalian bisa hubungi saya setelah kelas ini selesai, atau hubungi saya melalui daring dengan menggunakan WhatsApp. Terima kasih. Sampai jumpa di pertemuan berikutnya.